Hey everybody, welcome back to Miami Minute on Wicked Good Sports, where we cover my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins. And this one was disappointing. The loss to the 49ers, 33-17. It started off quite well, of course, with Tua hooking up with Trent Sherfield for a 75-yard touchdown on the first play of the game, giving the Dolphins a 7-0 lead. And then Tua started struggling. I don't know if it was the pressure of a big game or if it was the pressure of a big game against a good defense without having two starting offensive linemen, including our most important starting offensive lineman. But Tua just looked off all day, and credit to the 49ers for getting Tua off his rhythm. He is a rhythm thrower. He needs to get into a groove and then carry that groove throughout the game. And he just didn't have it. He left a lot of plays out on the field today. He missed wide open receivers. He missed throws that he usually makes. He made poor throws that turned into interceptions. He just looked quite off, and that's okay. It sucks. Of course, it sucks in the moment, but quarterbacks are allowed to have bad games. Every quarterback has had bad games. I want to just caution people on the trend to say, oh, Tua had a great game. Tua is the greatest quarterback ever. Tua had a bad game. He's terrible. He can't play in the league. I know there's a lot of polarization surrounding Tua right now, but I invite all of you, lovers and haters, to and on, and that dude Theo Ash from TikTok to just breathe. Tua's going to be okay. This one game doesn't define who he is as a player. With that out of the way, I want to say hopefully Jimmy G's injury isn't too bad. It looked not great, and he didn't come back into the game, obviously. That sucks. You never want to, going into a game like this where it is exciting, the 49ers are a good team, the Dolphins are a good team. You want the other team to have all their weapons at their disposal. Jimmy G going out sucks. That being said, their backup quarterback, Prudy, he played quite well. He ended up going 25 of 37 for 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's a solid day coming off the bench, completely cold, and I have to commend him for that. Obviously, the 49ers, they're a good team. They have a lot of good weapons around them. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. But he really did step up when the 49ers needed him. So hopefully Jimmy G's okay. But if he's not, maybe this guy, Mr. Irrelevant, could be a solid backup for a few weeks while Jimmy G takes some time to heal. We'll see. On the Dolphins side, Tua went 18 of 33 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 1 fumble that really sealed the deal. That was run back for a touchdown. As I said at the top of the show, Tua was off all day today. He had the really nice throw to Tyreek Hill. The Sherfield throw was nice, and then lots of yard after the catch. But it just wasn't his day. And, sometimes quarterbacks have that. Sometimes they just come out and they're just not feeling good, and it is what it is. On the ground, Raheem Mostert led the way with 30 yards on 7 carries. Jeff Wilson had 1 carry for 3 yards. Jalen Waddle got hurt, and while he didn't leave the game permanently, he was very limited, so he only had 1 reception for 9 yards. Tyreek Hill really stepped up in his place, 9 receptions, 146 yards, and a touchdown. The touchdown brought it from 23-10 to 23-17, and really thought that, hey, the Dolphins might be back in this. It's the very beginning of the fourth quarter, but alas, that was the last time they would score today. Again, Sherfield, he had 1 reception for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. Dolphins had a couple of calls not go their way. Not that the calls should have gone their way. It just unfortunate circumstance. Sherfield had another, 20-yard reception that hit the ground, was called incomplete on 4th down and 2. Really what sealed the game, with the Dolphins going down to try to take the lead. Mike Gesicki had a reception that was called back. Those are the breaks. It's football. It's not always going to work out. Was I disappointed in the moment? Sure. But, it is what it is. Let's talk about 2 of his interceptions. The first one, not really his fault. Jeff Wilson slipped on a kind of like out of the backfield type play. Went right there. The second one, almost entirely his fault. He threw a very inaccurate pass to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill tried to catch it, ended up batting the ball up, and it was intercepted. Can't have that. Again, like I said, he just looked bad. He looked off today. The Dolphins defense, for their part, played well. Obviously, a lot of it was against a backup quarterback, but given the circumstances where they were set up to fail with turnovers from the offense and with the offense being ineffective for a lot of the game, I think it could have been a lot worse. They made some plays. They were able to get some stops when they needed them. They kept the Dolphins in the game when the offense wasn't playing to their potential. This 49ers team is a very good team. They've won 5 in a row now. They've outscored their opponents in the second half. I think it was like at least 40-7. It may have been up to 70-7. It was a very, very lopsided stat. So obviously the 49ers are quite good once again. Again, hopefully Jimmy G is okay, but that defense, Joey Bosa specifically, nightmare, absolute nightmare. So again, this isn't the end of the world. The Dolphins knew that this was going to be a tough game. All of us as fans knew this was going to be a tough game, and it was a tough game. We didn't win. Can't dwell on it for too long. We got Los Angeles on Sunday Night Football. The Chargers and the Dolphins flexed into Sunday Night Football. Something I genuinely can't remember happening with the Dolphins in a very long time, at the very least, if ever. So that's great. It should be a good matchup. The Chargers were trying to drive down the field at the time of recording to take the lead over the Raiders or tie it up. Might have been like 27-20. Wasn't paying the closest attention to that, getting prepared for the show, of course. So we'll see how that one ended. Justin Herbert had a tough day, but he seemed like he was being resilient and coming back to at least make it a game over there. The biggest thing that sucks, obviously we're not first place in the AFC East anymore. The Bills are, we're still in the playoff hunt, but the Bengals beat the Chiefs just now before I started recording. So had the Dolphins capitalized and won, we would have been the 1 seed. So football, funny like that, but we will see. I don't think this team's about to spiral out in any way. I mean, this is the first game that Tua started and didn't get carted off the field that they lost. They're going to get back together. They're going to figure out what went wrong, why Tua wasn't in rhythm, and I am very excited to check out the Chargers and Dolphins on Sunday Night Football next week, and I hope you'll tune back into this show. I also hope that I'm providing a calming effect for a lot of fans, because I love Dolphins fans. I love us. We're very dramatic about everything. If anyone slights Tua, we attack them. If Tua has a bad game, we're ready to, jump off a bridge. Don't do that. Things are going to be okay. It's just one loss. Like I said, I don't expect it to go out. With that, thank you so much for checking out this episode of Miami Minute. If you like it, subscribe. Hang out with us. We cover all the major sports in depth on Wicked Sports. We also have a blog, wickedeverythingsports.com. Check that out if you're interested. We are on Twitter at WickedGoodSport and WG Everything. Instagram at WickedGoodEverything. Twitch at twitch.tv/WickedGoodEverything. And on TikTok, search Wicked Sports, search Wicked Everything. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.